Yo, what culture? It's me, Simon Miller, and today, for this week's Ups and Downs for SmackDown, I'm wearing my hood up because if you don't know, it's National Hood Day, where everyone's supposed to walk around with their hood up. That's why AJ Styles does it, that's why other wrestlers may have done it in the past, but today is not National Hood Day. I just made that up. I just thought I was going to put my hood up because I think I'm some kind of cool kid. There's the Miller jive. You know what we're talking about. Let's stop talking about rubbish and let's review SmackDown with the only system that counts, ups and downs. Ups means it's good, down means it's bad. On with the show. Now, SmackDown started exactly as I would have guessed SmackDown have started if that's something I did with my time. I don't do that. I don't sit around trying to predict what's going to happen on random episodes of SmackDown. However, getting up. It was all focused on AJ Styles and how he's going to cope with the fact he has to take on 4 guys at Fastlane. I mean, that's a pretty tall order, and it does mean that his WWE title is in jeopardy. But he didn't think so, and he was confident that not only could he beat them in the ring, but he could beat them here with his mouth as well. Don't know what that means. That just means he was insulting a lot of his opponents because you know it's wrestling and that's what you do when you get given the microphone. Naturally, this annoyed some people, so Baron Corbin came out, he's like, oh, I'm annoyed. Kevin Owens also arrived on the scene and said, oh, I'm annoyed too, and you know, like you're supposed to do, because they're in a championship match. They said during that championship match, it would be them that walked away with the WWE title, and if anyone said anything different, they'd be wrong, and we're supposed to be like, I don't know who's gonna win. We do know who's going to win. AJ Styles is going to win. I think all of this just bored Shane McMahon, so he popped up in the aisle. He was like, all right, fine, look, I don't want to hear this stuff no more. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler, and in our main event, we are going to have Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. So yeah, it's fine. It was all right. It was great. We had some cool little matches. We built to that 5-way. Yeah, sweet. I mean, it was a bit formulaic. It was nothing like what Raw did, but that's all right. I like it when Raw and SmackDown are different. And this all did bleed into the Owens versus Ziggler match, getting an up 2. Now, it is ridiculous that Dolph Ziggler lost here because out of everybody in the pay-per-view main event, he's the one guy I feel needs to be heated up a bit. We didn't do that. Instead, Kevin Owens smacked him with a super kick. 1, 2, 3. Ziggler loses. Ziggles is also an idiot because he was in control at one point. He was all ready to finish off Kevin Owens, but then Sami Zayn's music hit and Ziggler just stopped like someone had whispered to him, if you move one more muscle, you're gonna die. So yeah, Zayn came out, he distracted Ziggler, and that was it. He lost. He lost because he was a fool, and the commentators pointed that out as well. They said if Ziggler just paid attention, none of this would have happened, and they were right. What are you doing, Dolph Ziggler? What are you doing? You're in a match. Focus on the match. Like they say in football, play to the whistle. I mean, there's no whistles in wrestling, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, this was so dumb that it's getting it down, but I did enjoy their fight, and really that's all that matters. And there's another down because then we got everything with the US title. This was not good. It started with Jinder Mahal telling us all that Bobby Roode had his own SmackDown top 10 list, and he showed it, and that in the number 1 position was Bobby Roode. Of course, if Bobby Roode made his own list, he'd put himself at number 1, because why wouldn't he? This is like finding, like you're a kid. Jinder Mahal's a kid, and he finds some list of like top 10 crushes in the school, and he's annoyed because he's not on it. Grow up, Jinder Mahal. Get a real problem. And then for some reason, Roode came out to claim that this wasn't his list. Why do you even care, Bob Roode? Why do you even care? And they got in each other's faces. And Jinder Mahal did make a very good point saying, hey, I'd be worried about me. You're worried about Orton, but I beat Orton for the world title. Which he did. That's a fact. And then you know what happened next? Orton came out and he got in the mix. He's like, oh yeah, fight, feud, program, wrestling, all that kind of stuff. He punched Jinder Mahal, he went to RKO Roode, but Roode was like, I've got your number here, and he reversed it into the glorious DDT. Now, this was already horrendous, but it got worse, because then we cut to backstage, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon were having some weird faux argument about what the match should be. Daniel Bryan wanted it to be Mahal versus Roode, but McMahon thought it should be Orton versus Roode. For some reason, Shane got his way, Daniel Bryan acted all upset, and I guess that's what's happening at the pay-per-view. We get Orton versus Roode, unless Jinder gets added in. If he doesn't, it'll just interfere anyway. The whole of this was bad and awkward to watch. I didn't get it at all. And more downs, because then it was the 6 women's tag match between the Riot Squad and Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. And as you know, I don't like it when WWE just goes, let's throw all the women into one segment, but this was especially bad down. Nothing really clicked here, and it was a little bit sloppy, but it was nice they got about 15 minutes. I like WWE giving people time, but ultimately, we achieved nothing here. Riot gave Becky Lynch the Riot kick for the win, and that was that. This was just there. It's like a tree in the woods. You look at it, and you can see it, but it ain't doing nothing. Everything was balanced out after this, man, because then we got a really good segment between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and it made my stomach do that twiddly love thing. Up. The pair found each other backstage with Owens wanting to thank Zayn for earlier in the night, but Zayn was like, no, Kevin, let me thank you, because ever since we've been best friends, ever since you've allowed me to come on this journey with you, I've been in main events and I'm a better pro wrestler all around. I'm much happier and it's all thanks to you. In fact, he was so grateful, he said at Fastlane, once they've done away with all the other guys, he would lay down and present himself to Kevin Owens so Kevin Owens could pin him and go on to WrestleMania as the WWE champion. They then hugged and the look on Owens' face was priceless. You know where they're going with this, you know where we're building, but this was a damn good segment. Well done. It was the highlight of SmackDown, to be honest. The highlight of SmackDown, and that's why it gets a number. And now I'm nowhere down, though, because at this point watching the show, I realised we haven't seen Rusev, and in hindsight, we didn't see him at all. I think that's 2 weeks in a row. Could be wrong, but I don't think we've seen Rusev for a while, which goes to show I'm right. WWE has no idea what they have with Rusev. How dare you not have Rusev on the show on Rusev Day? For shame. I did kind of like all the stuff between the New Day and Benjamin and Gable, however, so that is going to get up. And I should give another little shout out to WWE, because I did like this at one point, so you turned me round. Well done. But we did have a match here to see who was going to become #1 contenders. And not only did New Day cheat to win, but of course that meant that Benjamin and Gable also got screwed again. So they can now be like, hey, what's the deal with this? We keep getting gypped over, and it's true, they do. They keep getting the wool pulled over their eyes, and it's not fair even though they're the heels. Now it is ridiculous in one sense, because we really don't have any tag teams on SmackDown, so we keep going back to the well. However, at least we're introducing some narrative to all of this, and maybe it becomes a triple threat match somehow. Maybe Benjamin and Gable will be like, look, you know, we actually do deserve something, because bad things keep happening, and let's be fair, at Fastlane, if we get the Usos versus the New Day versus Benjamin versus Gable in a triple threat match, while we've seen that a lot, still be very entertaining. But yeah, more specifically, Kofi did distract the ref, which means that Benjamin and Gable didn't win and Xavier Woods hit the Shining Wizard for the 1, 2, 3. Now we'll see what happens next. And what literally happened next was that the Bludgeon Brothers ran through 2 jobbers, and I once again realised that I love the Bludgeon Brothers, especially Luke Harper's like weird faces he does. They're great. Let's just give them the tag team titles now. I like this team. It's back to the downs, however, because then we got a couple of selfie promos between Charlotte and Ruby Riott, where somehow we made a Fastlane match for the women's title during all of that. Daniel Bryan then did a little thing saying, yeah, we are going to do this. And I mean, this felt flat. This fell flat. Why is the women's title even a thing? We don't care about it. No one cares about it. Can we please start caring about it? A cool Nakamura promo package aired after that, though, and that was really good. Say what you want about WWE, they do production very well. This made me think that Shinsuke Nakamura was one badass dude up. Which brought us to the main event, which always feels nuts on SmackDown. It comes around so fast, but it was Corbin versus AJ Styles. Up. Mostly worked because AJ Styles is such a damn good wrestler, and what we were being told here was, look how good Styles is at his high-flying stuff, but look how strong Corbin is, because he's a big dude. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for Big Boy Baron. He did eventually get smacked with the phenomenal forearm, and he lost clean. He lost clean. I mean, it's not really that bad. He lost clean to the world champ 1, 2, 3, but still, he lost clean. Clearly, we're still meant to think that Corbin is a threat, though, because after this, Owens and Zayn came out to be the nuisance that they always are. Corbin was like, no way, man, this ain't happening. He hit them both at the end of days. So when SmackDown went off air, who was standing tall? That's right, Repo Man. Not really, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin was standing tall, so even though he lost, we're still meant to think that he may win at Fastlane. He ain't winning at Fastlane. Which brought us to the end of SmackDown, and while it kind of felt a bit like, I mean, I don't say it was a nothing show. It wasn't a nothing show. Things happened, but it was a little bit empty. However, the things they wanted to focus on, they did, and I am excited about that 5-way at Fastlane because I actually think it's going to be damn decent. No matter how they're being booked, each of the wrestlers is talented, and I include Baron Corbin in that. And if they work it well, I think it's going to make exciting things happen. I was going to say in our pants, let's not say that. Just going to make exciting things happen. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's SmackDown. Like, share and subscribe. Head over to whatculture.com, read articles, then go to Twitter, follow What Culture and What Culture WWE. My name is Simon Miller. This was What Culture and the Ups and Downs series, and I'll see you again soon. But before then, big hug. Bring it in. Ooh, love a big hug. Weird ending. Goodbye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe below, and if you're looking for more content like this, then try a few things that are floating about around my ears. It might be fun. I can't promise it though, but it might be.